back, everybody. So today we're going to have the last tasting of my Rye IPA batch 3. This is a small batch, 1.25 gallons going into the carboy. 2 pounds, 1 ounce of pale malt, 5.5 ounces of white wheat, 5.5 ounces of rye malt, 3.7 ounces of flaked wheat. Now I did run out of caramel, so the color on this should be a lot different than the other batches. Now I will be doing a side-by-side of all of them once I get them done. So for the hops in the boil, our boil 0.28 ounces of Centennial at 60, 0.28 ounces of Centennial at 5, 0.28 ounces of Chinook at 5. USO 5 yeast was used. For the dry hop, 0.24 ounces of Centennial, 0.12 ounces of Chinook, 0.12 ounces of Citra. This was bottled on 4/20, so a little over 4 months old. 8.2% ABV, so I would put this in the double IPA category. Good hiss. Okay, smoke. 7.5 ABV and above is where I start saying they're double IPAs. Let's go ahead and get it into the glass. Already you can see the color. If you have not, I would go back and watch some of the other tastings using the caramel. So if you wanted a fall type beer, that's what I relate that color to. Leaves are starting to change. That like burnt orange color, that caramel's going to be good for that. It's a 35 SRM, so you could add a little bit of that to darken it up. But like I said, we'll go over some more of that stuff in the side-by-side tasting video. So yeah, substituting the white wheat per Beersmith, 2.4 SRM, so it's going to be a lighter color. Head that we do have is white, not even a quarter finger of head. Color, we still have a little yellow orangish in color, a little hazier. I'm guessing that's from the protein in the wheat hanging around. Some bubbles coming up. These are etched glasses, so there's smaller bubbles in the center and bigger bubbles around it. Yeah, nice color. I would say, you could say maybe a little overdone hazy IPA, something like that, or they didn't use enough color, enough adjunct malts to get to that color. But I'm almost positive it's because of the white wheat. Let's go ahead and smell. Now this could be a little bit different. I believe one of these I got more fruit, and I didn't think it worked very well with the rye. Let's go ahead and smell. Definitely a little weedy fruitiness in there, and that's about it. For being a little over 4 months old, like the other two, I was thinking maybe that sweetness, that malty sweetness would start coming up, but not really in this one anyway. I don't think it takes a lot of wheat to really bring out that smell. Now, it's not in your face at all. It's nice, subtle, like a fruited wheat, generic fruit in there. I'm guessing that's from the I can't even think about it now. The Citra. Let's go ahead and taste. Undercarbed. Yeah, like a flatter, undercarbed, weedy fruit with like a rye wheat bread is kind of what it is. So weedy rye bread with some fruit. It really, so on this one, Beersmith is saying the IBUs are 76.7. So I don't know if it's the wheat just thickening it up or what's going on, but it seems like this, the perceived bitterness is about 30. Where the other two in this series that I've done the final tastings on, it's like, okay, they're 60, but the perceived bitterness is like 70 to 90. This one really seems a lot lower. The body... The body does seem like it's a little thicker, but that could be because it's undercarbed. I think that if there was some carbonation in there, it would be like a medium body. Like this is smooth, heavy, fruit spiced wheat in there. This has to be the one. But I don't think they mix well together, but I kind of thought that going in there. Going into making this, but I wanted to make it just to see, you know, how much would that rye come out? Would that Citra do anything different to the rye? And at least in this case, I would say no, that it's just that rye's there, that fruit's there. I don't want a rye fruit. So it doesn't work that well for me. I think the 5.5 ounces of wheat, I don't know how well I like that combination. You do get the wheat, you do get the rye. Do they belong together? A wheat rye IPA? I guess I would have to make like a wheat beer with some rye and play around with the hops. I think Chinook would go fine with it. That would at least give maybe some more spice. Maybe a little citrusy hop, I think would be better than a fruity hop. I'm just thinking Sabrew, coconut, that probably wouldn't go that well with this either. I would probably stick to the citrus side of this. So even like a Cascade Centennial, I think would do fine in this. I think the Sriracha Ace did fine if you like dill, but yeah, I might have to play around with that just to maybe make a wheat rye beer instead of having the base grain be a pale malt, switch to almost a full wheat beer and just see if there's a citrus combination that would work well with that rye. But you could also do a porter or a stout with rye. But yeah, for this one, I would say so far this is my least favorite. I don't think that fruit rye works out very well. So if you enjoyed this video, check some more out over here. And until next time, happy brewing.